Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name's Jenny and this is Arnold the Praying Penguin, and we create videos every Saturday about prayer, about exploring the Bible and about living out your faith. And today we wanted to talk about prayer games. And I don't think this is any kind of official name. Maybe other people have used it in the past to mean other things, probably. But for us, we use it to mean different ways of using games to either encourage us to pray or inspire us to pray or get us praying for different things. And this isn't at all about diminishing prayer or making prayer into this silly thing and not taking it seriously and respecting God. But it's about getting different people involved in prayer, people that are maybe intimidated by prayer, people who aren't sure how to get started, and just finding different ways, different fun and creative ways for us all to engage in prayer. So in this video we have 5 different prayer game ideas that we want to share with you that we think would be perfect whether you're a family praying together at home, whether you want to use these prayer ideas in a youth group or a small group, or you could also kind of adapt them and make them into a way of leading prayers at church. So our first prayer game idea are prayer dice, and there's a couple of different ways that you could do this, different ways to use a prayer dice. One example that I have here is a dice that's been made by the Methodist Church, and it has different things on each side. So it's got read and reflect, act, keep silence, give thanks, pray. I think that's all of them. So you just roll this, and whatever it lands on, you would do that thing. And I've also had in the past a grace dice, so a dice that we would roll before dinner time and pray whatever prayer was written on that, and that would be like a written out prayer that you could just read straight off the dice. And that would be a great way to kind of get comfortable leading prayers and leading prayers out loud, especially if you struggle to kind of come up with prayers that you want to pray yourself. Another way to use a prayer dice is to just take a normal dice and assign a different person or situation to the numbers 1 to 6, and then you just roll the dice, whatever number you land on, you pray for that person or that situation. And it's just a fun way to help you choose what to pray for and to get you praying for different things. And a third way to do this would be to make your own prayer dice. That could be taking an existing dice and sticking things on each side, or actually making the cube of the dice yourself out of paper or a card. And again, on each side you can either write out a prayer or put some kind of prayer prompt or person or situation that you want to pray for. Using prayer dice is just a really quick and easy and simple way of praying, whether you're by yourself or with a group or with a family. You can pray for as long or as little as you like, so anyone can get involved no matter how confident they feel. Our second prayer game idea are hook-a-duck prayers. So perfect for the summer while you've all got your paddling pools out. You just need some ducks. So you just need to take your ducks and pop them into some water, whether that's a paddling pool or just a bucket of water or even your bathtub. Just fill it with water and get these duckies floating around. And then take it in turns, hooking them out. So what we've used on these in the past is just little stickers on the bottom, but you could also write something on the bottom or put different numbers or letters on the bottom, as long as you've got a waterproof pen to do that. And then whichever duck you hook out, you can decide what those symbols or letters or numbers mean, and that can give you a prompt or a person or a situation to pray for. Again, this is just a really fun way of praying for different things that you might not have thought of before, rather than kind of getting stuck in that routine of always praying for the same things. This is just a fun way to get different people involved in praying. Our third idea for a prayer game are map prayers. So for this, you just need a map or a globe. So if you're using a globe, you can just play a game of catch with the globe, and then whenever your hand lands on, you could be praying for that country. And if you're using a flat map, you could either roll a dice onto the map or push a little toy car onto the map, or even roll a penny on its side and see where it lands. And then whatever country it lands on, pray for that place. I think this is a really good and really interesting way of praying for different countries around the world. Places that you might not think to pray for, maybe even countries that you've never heard of before. You can pray for the people that live there, you can pray for their leaders, you can pray for Christians in that country, that more people will come to know God. And if there's any particular situations or things going on that you've heard in the news in that country, you can be praying specifically for those situations too. Our fourth idea for a prayer game are photo album prayers. So this is one that you could make as serious or as fun or as creative as you like. The idea is to look through your photo albums, your photos, any scrapbooks that you have, and pray for the people and the situations and the places that you see in those photos. If they're holiday pictures from a particular country, you could be praying for that country. If they're photos from someone's wedding, you could be praying for that relationship, that it's still strong. Particularly at the moment when lots of people haven't seen friends and family for so long, there could be lots of people in these photo albums that you could be praying for. And if you wanted to make this into even more of a game, you could make it into a bit of a treasure hunt, trying to find the tallest person in a photo, or trying to find the person with the craziest hair, or the most beautiful landscape or scenery in a photo. And I think this would be a really fun way to be looking through these old memories and photos and thinking and praying about things that you probably haven't thought of in a long time. And our fifth and final idea for prayer games is to make DIY prayer games, where you make your own prayer game. If you watch my Penguins Choose My TBR videos on my channel, you'll know that I made this board game to help me choose which books to read each month. But actually, you could also make a game similar to this, or use this kind of game to help you decide what to pray for. When I use this game to choose my TBR, the green dots all mean different genres and have to choose a book from that genre. But if I wanted to make this into a prayer game, each of those could represent a different person. And if I land on that space, I'd have to pray for that person. And then the different colours could mean different things as well. If I land on the red, it could mean I need to choose a stick from my prayer jar. And I just pull out a stick and pray for whoever is on that stick. The yellow space could mean that I need to pray for something that I've seen in the news recently, a situation that's ongoing. And an orange space could mean that I need to pray for something in particular happening in my local community or my local church. You could design a board game any way you like to kind of give you different ideas and prompts and help you choose what to pray for. I think that kind of prayer game would be particularly helpful if you sometimes get a bit lost and confused in your prayers and you're not quite sure where to start, what to pray for, of how to structure them. These could give you some really good prompts to get you started. But if you didn't want to make a whole board game from scratch, you could turn some of your other games into prayer games. If you're playing a game of categories where you've got to match letters with prompts and come up with different answers, it could be that that could give you some really good prompts of things and places and people to pray for. If you've got a little bingo machine, you could have the different numbers representing different things to pray for. If you're playing Pictionary, you could have to draw something that you want to pray for and then pray at the end of your turn or when someone guesses it. There are so many different ways that you could turn existing games into ways of choosing things to pray for. And hopefully doing this will make prayer nice and fun and creative for you and help you feel inspired with lots of different things that you could be praying for. So those are just 5 different prayer game ideas that we think would be really fun to try. Let us know down in the comments if you want to try out any of these, or which games you think you could turn into a really fun prayer game. We hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos from me and Arnold. And we will see you next Saturday for a new video. Bye!